I called out my entitled sister-in-law's over-the-top wedding demands. She lost it.
Don't wake the bear.
This is a marriage of bears. A marriage, so to speak. So, quick little backstory. My husband, 21 male, and his brother, 25 male, have always had a great relationship. His brother moved away when he was younger, and even though they're now 2 hours apart, they still regularly talk and play games online together. By the way, this comes from user deleted. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit and submit them.
Do it.
My husband is one of 6 kids, and they are all still in contact and on good terms. His parents are also still married. About 3 years ago, his brother introduced us to his girlfriend at the time. She was originally from a different state, but moved here to be with him. Everything was fine until about a year into knowing her, when she started getting snotty and entitled. For one thing, she refused to work and expected him to support her and her mother, whom she had brought with her when moving here. She began going through people's things, making snide comments, and even told me that I was privileged and said she would use our daughter's name for her daughter while I was in labor.
What?
So she sounds like a real gem of a person.
Oh, man.
She also wore sweatpants to our wedding and fell asleep at the reception. Classy move.
Classy move.
A lot of class I'm sensing here.
Oh, yeah.
For their weddings, we were told we need to purchase medieval costumes, drive the 2 hours to their town, bring food for the reception, play outside games, and just recently she added that we would need to take pictures on our phones for them, since they couldn't afford a photographer. I mentioned to her that this all seemed like a lot to ask, especially considering they had refused to come for any family events prior to this. And she told me if I didn't like it, I didn't have to come. I should add that my husband is in this wedding. She stopped responding to me after I said their attitude was hurtful and started telling my mother-in-law that I was hurting her again and making up stories about us punting them out of our house. This has began to affect my husband's relationship with his brother, and I feel bad, but at the same time, all of my in-laws are happy I said something to her and appalled at how snotty her and my brother-in-law have been lately. Am I the a-hole for saying something? No. People normalize checking people.
Yes.
There's an edit. I feel like I should add that my current sister-in-law, 15 female, has a birthday the day before their wedding. She specifically asked for it not to be on her birthday weekend before they had picked a date because she wanted all the family here for her birthday. Now they're saying we need to come up there the day before on her birthday to help prepare their food even though they know it's her birthday. Comment 1, not the a-hole. Here's what you do if you're petty like me. First, you rent the most beautiful, elaborate, cream-colored medieval dress so that you look better than her by far. Don't do that. Do not do that.
Maybe not, yeah.
Do not. As soon as you rent anything that's even close to a white dress, now you're the villain. You don't want to be the villain.
You could still make it elaborate and queen-like if you want to upstage her.
Yeah.
But maybe like a red. Well, that's also a thing.
That's also
maybe
bad.
Purple. There you go.
Just something not white or red, please.
Yeah.
If you don't have a costume rental place, learn how to sew today and make it real grand. Next, make 12 deviled eggs. Nothing more. Last, hire 2 minions who will follow you around carrying your very long dress train and have them respond to everything you say with, "Yes, my queen." Then take pictures of her face and inbox me because I need a follow-up. OP says, LOL, that made me laugh. I've been told that her dress is interesting, so to be honest, I could probably go in a sundress and look fancier. Their wedding is less than 2 months away, so I'll make sure to follow up. And a reply to this says, you should say that cameras and smartphones don't fit with the medieval costume and that you want to stay in character. Or just have the minions take photos of you with different people like it's your own photo shoot.
That's so funny.
I support the minions.
That's hilarious.
I fully support the minion idea.
Yeah, make them dress up in those little like round puffy shorts.
Yeah.
And like have like a little feather hat.
Make them dress like court jesters.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh, we have a comment too that says you are the a-hole.
Ooh, hot take.
It's literally just dressing up and bringing a share plate. Sounds like an awesome wedding. Not hard at all. You're kind of a killjoy. I think you're ignoring all of the other context to this. OP says, I think you'd be right if she hadn't been acting the way she has for the past 2 years.
Context.
Exactly. I mean, me being in labor and then saying she would use the same name for her daughter, that's a bit much.
I forgot about that. That's funny.
You're just being a She what? Because she likes the name? You got a problem with that?
Oh my God. While she's like screaming in pain having her child.
Exactly. There's a time and a place.
Yeah, there's a time and a place, man.
Also, it's not just dressing up and bringing a plate to share. This is a couple who has blown off the family for simple things like birthdays for years. Every time we invite them to something, there's always an excuse about money or time, and then they'll brag about expensive trips that they take and act like nothing happened. I'm used to being asked to do things for weddings. That's not an issue. Her behavior is the issue, and I'm not going to accommodate someone who treats her entire future family like crap. I do appreciate your opinion, though. And here is the update.
Woo!
The wedding was today. We arrived at the ceremony about 15 minutes before it was supposed to start, as we had been told there was no rehearsal and to just be there when the other guests would get there. We arrived, and my husband was greeted by his brother with, "Where have you been? We've been going over everything and you weren't here." Hey folks, that's what the rehearsal's for. Crazy thought, right?
What a good time. What a good, efficient, convenient time to do that.
This is lame. All of this is lame.
Crazy.
Again, we had been told that there was no rehearsal, but apparently his brother had decided the night before that they would be going over everything an hour before the ceremony, and we were not informed. Anyway, my husband goes back to be with the wedding party, and we sit down. They did end up getting a photographer, but she was very pushy and kept snapping in people's faces to get their attention. The ceremony was fine. Typical wedding ceremony aside from Renaissance outfits, but then we went to the reception. But to be clear, I'm pro Renaissance outfit.
Me too. Okay. 100%.
Let's make that very clear.
Yeah, exactly.
The reception was outdoors in a barn. It had been raining all day, so there were a lot of bugs. When we got there, no decorations had been set out, and there was only one table for people to eat at. The group was 40 to 45 people. 2 hours after we got there, they started bringing the food in. Apparently, they had assigned one of the bride's older relatives to make all the food, and somewhere along the hustle and bustle of making food for all these people, the poor man had a heart attack. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
You're working this man into the hospital.
Wow.
This is crazy.
And I'm sure not paying him for all this work he's doing.
Yeah, for free. Hey, can you do this for free and also have a heart attack, please? Thank you. He was rushed to the hospital and he is okay, but they had absolutely no backup plan. They ended up cooking all the food themselves when they got to the reception. They cut the cake without announcing it, so the photographer had to hastily run over there to get pictures, and after the cake cutting, the bride's entire family disappeared, and we did not see them for the remainder of the time we were there.
What? The bride's entire family just Irish goodbye. The whole family, they're like looking around. Oh yeah, the cake's going. They turn around, just like dust. There's hay bales,
like
a
cartoon dust cloud.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
and
like
you hear just like a
over.
whoo of the wind, dude.
Her mother did come to the barn every half hour or so to smoke a cigarette, but that was it. There was no dancing, no bouquet to toss because they carried lanterns instead, and the guests that were left kind of just stood around. Needless to say, it was chaos at its finest. What a terrible wedding. I'm so glad I wasn't at.
This is so funny. Honestly, at this point, I kind of wish I was there to just be like, it's just
sounds
watch
miserable.
the mess go
bug
on.
barn? I'm out. I'm not staying in the bug barn.
Forgot about
all
the
right?
bug barn.
The bug barn is where I draw the line.
That's, I think, fair.
Thank you to everyone who commented on the original post. I'm sure we will have many similar family gatherings in the future. And there is an edit. So it turns out that the man who had the heart attack is the boyfriend of the bride's mother, and he faked the entire thing. All of these people suck.
Oh my gosh.
What are we doing?
Oh my gosh.
Apparently, he is known for that.
This is so funny.
That's not a red flag, right?
This is so funny.
The mother of the bride lied about taking him to the hospital so he wouldn't have to make the food. And by the way, I won't lie to you about the fact that you can listen to full episodes of stories like this or wherever you get your podcasts. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. Search OK Storytime. And there you will find the whole catalog to select from. There's some story left here. Let's go ahead and hop in. As if it wasn't bad enough, we found out that the mother of the bride didn't take any pictures at the wedding at all, and she just waited until brother-in-law's parents put their pictures on Facebook so she could post them as her own.
I want to meet these people.
That's crazy, 'cause I don't. I don't want to meet these people at all.
This is hilarious. They've got to be like cartoon characters in some sort of like Modern Family type like farcical like TV show where it's just everything is going wrong. There's no communication.
Yeah.
Everyone's stupid and doesn't know what they're doing and is just mad at everyone. It's just Like, I can't help but
Renaissance
laugh.
wedding goes wrong. That's like a Parks and Rec
Yes.
episode for sure.
Yes.
She also blew up at brother-in-law at the reception because no one was talking to her, even though she kept leaving to go smoke in her cabin. They are a very odd family. Yeah, you think? There is some comments here about the fake heart attack. WTAF. The reply is, gotta say, I don't really blame him. Yeah, I mean, getting put in charge of making all that food can be pretty hard, but faking a heart attack also kind of whack.
Kind of whack, but yeah, that's, oh man. See, communication. Just like talk, stand up for yourself. You don't have to go to the hospital for it.
Yeah.
Sounds expensive. That sounds like an expensive lie.
Well, they didn't actually end up in the hospital.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
It was all a conspiracy.
It was all an act.
Yes.
Dang.
Some additional info from OP. I wanted to add a comment explaining the timing of things a bit better because I know there was some confusion on when things happened. Wedding was Sunday. The original update was made on that same Sunday, but it took a couple days to get approved, which is why it said today was the wedding and it's Wednesday. My daughter was born when I was 18. My husband was also 18. Yes, we were young, and she was not planned, so that's why the timing seems weird on that. We do have another little girl now and have recently moved into our first house. Congratulations. Thank you, everyone, for making this something so sensational. I definitely did not expect it to get this big, but I appreciate it so much. I know a lot of people were asking why I considered the outfits, drive, and various requests as too much. Hopefully this explains. This couple has not come to any family functions aside from Christmases and Thanksgiving once when they brought her mom. I don't personally have an issue with the drive. I have an issue with the fact that when we ask them to come for holidays, they use the long drive as an excuse, but then tell us it's nothing when we have to drive to them. It's a double standard type thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
The outfits are not bad, but it was the way they let us all know we needed to wear them. We were told in these exact words, quote, if you don't show up in Renaissance outfits, you will be avoided at the wedding. It's not that hard. Again, these are people who considered sweatpants an appropriate wedding outfit, the double standard again.
Right.
And no one told them to leave or avoided them. There was no RSVP. Their wedding invitations had no date, no RSVP, and full typed out web browser links on the back rather than we are registered at Amazon. That's insane.
You have to
They put a
type
hyperlink URL in. They just pasted it on the back of the paper. That's
literally
insane.
HTTPS:// and then you have to type out like the entire paragraph of random numbers and slashes and
not doing that.
Oh my god.
Not doing that.
That's hilarious.
So that doesn't seem that bad until you realize most of the relatives are older and have no clue what those links are. We're not Southern, although her family is. We are all from the good old Midwest, and whoever said weird homeschool vibes was spot on. Big homeschooled family, and they're all very closely knit. I can understand why some people considered me the a-hole. I'm not saying they're wrong at all. I probably did some a-hole stuff on my part. I'm just hoping to explain a bit better why I said something and why I was offended. Hope that clears stuff up. Hope you didn't need to clear up anything with me because I was on your side. All right?
Yeah. We're with you.
Double standards.
Absolutely.
But that is the end of that story.